So on the last podcast, I caught a little bit of friction for some of the concerns I was bringing up about the Jewish bloodline.
Is that right?
That's right. And I got sent a video of a podcaster
Okay.
who was talking about the blood. This is an older gentleman who's seen this podcast, by the way, so I'm going to talk about this with all due respect. I love anybody who watches this podcast, man, and I love being educated.
Right.
But before I play the video, I just want to say I think it's a valid question.
What is a valid question?
The Jewish bloodline, meaning that they have rights to the land forever.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For
like,
sure.
Does that not seem like a valid?
I would agree with that. It's a definitely a valid area.
I know it seems like the besides the point.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yo, what does it have to do with anything? But I think it has to do with everything because it's the ideology of this entire situation.
Right. It never
is the
sat.
belief system that you have rights to a land because of a bloodline in which we can't verify, in which you look right, and then have a Polish last name and all this other stuff. Like,
right. Like,
doesn't that seem like a little much? Like,
well, the math doesn't math like that. So,
the math definitely ain't math.
Exactly. And which is why we have to go to that area. Like,
yeah, but I want people to know, like, this is just how my brain works. This is not in like disrespect.
Right.
Like, this is fair.
Yeah. I would agree.
Do you know what I'm saying?
How you concluded certain things of this topic, I'd like to know more too.
Yeah, you know what? Before we play his clip,
okay,
play mine. The Jews really believe, today's Jews, the white Jews, they believe that they're descendants of Abraham in the Bible. They are directly connected to him. And because of that, you can never take away that land. What I'm trying to say is, if you can't get behind that, this shit sound crazy.
Like, that's hard to support.
Oh, that's a hard sell. Especially when you're white. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's a hard sell, bruh. Like, you was in Europe for 1,300 years, bruh. So you mean to tell me they're there for 1,300 years? Well, I mean, let's say 1,200 years.
Right.
Over 1,000 years in Europe. And you showed up with a European last name. After 1,200 years, and now you're saying you're the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and this is your land? Like I said, if you don't get behind this Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, God gave them the land shit, this is, you came and took some land. And as you could imagine, some people would probably take that, you know,
right,
kind of crazy.
Differently.
Yeah, and he did. And he did. But I don't want to say this in like a way of like, yeah, you're not Jewish no more. Like, right. I don't want to be like that.
Nah. That's not what I picked up when you said it on the other podcast anyway.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, this happens to literally every human being on the planet.
Right.
We all change bloods. Like, why is this even like this?
Right. Time passes. You intermingle with other races because you're moving around the world. That's natural.
Like, listen.
That's natural.
Aren't you part Hawaiian?
Yes.
But like, how much Hawaiian?
A little.
You know
and
what I'm saying?
You want to know something? That was actually something that I took a while to come to grips with. Because
so you can understand where they're coming from.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think I kind of do.
Relate.
But not in the fullest degree.
Hey, you know what? We all go through this. This is exactly what I was talking about. When I got my DNA test, I was like, ooh.
Right.
I had a little bit of English in me.
Right.
You know, listen, like I took a DNA test from My Heritage. First, right?
Ancestry.
No. Oh. My Heritage was the first one I took, right?
Okay.
It said no English. Huh. It was like, it bunched all the Celtic bloodlines together. So it was like Ireland, Welsh, and Scottish, right? Was bunched into one.
Okay.
I was 75 of that. Or something like that. Like 72 of that,
and
right?
What was it again? It was in that bunch?
Yeah, they was all bunched together. Irish, Scottish, and Welsh.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
72% of that. Then it said the other percentage was Scandinavian. It was like your 28% Scandinavian or something.
Okay.
Right? And it had all the things lit up, like Norway,
Right.
Like Viking shit, right?
Right.
I never knew that. But then it gives you a map, and it showed me, it was like, this is probably what happened. And it said that way back in the days of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob,
Okay.
my ancestors may have been a part of like the Germanic tribes.
Okay.
And when I'm talking about way back in the day, I'm literally talking about like 4,000 years ago, right?
Oh, for real.
Like a long time ago,
Jacob.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't know what the Germanic name of this would be, but yes.
So, but this is being pitched to you by this website that's doing your DNA, saying this is what we think. Yeah,
myheritage.com.
there we go. Okay.
Yeah. So they said the Germanic tribes went up to the Scandinavian area, became Vikings, came down to Scotland, and then went to Ireland, and then obviously went to the United States.
Okay.
So that's what they told me I was, right?
Right.
Then my sister or somebody did 23andMe.
Nice.
And then they were like, you need to do 23andMe so I could connect with you. Or like there was like something that she wanted to like connect with or something.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, right. So I did that. And then my bloodline was different. It was like,
whoa,
we're actually English. Like we got some English. I was like, I had the Irish shit. The Irish and the Scottish shit was there, right?
Locked in.
The Scandinavian shit was gone.
And like, how much were you winning?
I was just feeling like I was a Viking around this motherfucker. You just gonna take my shit away?
Right.
Yeah. And then they gave me like the oppressor's blood and shit like that.
Oh,
and
no.
It was like,
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So
Ouch.
I do know what this feels
not
like.
The oppressor's blood.
It is.
No, I get it.
When you got, that's the cream of the crop too. That's that grade A oppressive blood, man. Whoo, shit.
Right.
Real shit, like I was broken about it.
Right.
Like,
right.
I was like, damn, man, like, cause you can't tell me I have none of it.
Right. And then
I remember, you know, my boy from Ireland, Gavin Fogarty.
Yeah.
I remember I showed him and he was like, man, that's why I like you so much, whatever. But then he was like, you know what's kind of weird? He was like, the fact, I don't even know if I have 0. He was like, that is kind of weird. Because everybody who's Irish has like a little bit because they, you know, they intermingled.
Yeah.
So he was like, the fact that you have 0 is kind of like crazy. And I was like, yeah, man. Like, shit.
No.
One of the pure bloods
hey,
around
wait.
this
Recalculating.
Yeah, recalculated my shit, updated it. It's like, nope. Actually,
you got it.
Got a solid 25 on there, man. I'm a quarter of like oppressor.
Oh, no.
So I understand what you guys might be feeling.
Hey,
man.
I forgot how that spun off, but yeah. No, I hear you.
This doesn't need to be the doom and gloom that you
Right.
think it is. I feel like this shit could unite us.
Right. Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. I'm quite enlightened by that approach.
You see?
Like, that's not a bad idea at all.
You see?
We might all just need to
Except that we're all melted into one another. We're all one.
We're all one.
Real shit, man.
Real shit.
Let me open this Garcia's video real quick. All right, well, listen to what he has to say, and then I'll respond. Here we go.
Before moving on to my guest, who I will discuss with him these issues that I've just raised right now, I want to thank all of you who are following us and watching these videos of ours and are following me here on Straight Up. I notice that many of you comment. I'm very happy to have those comments. I read them all. I respond when there are good questions and genuine, honest questions being asked. Sometimes, as with our last production, I couldn't answer some of the questions. These are questions that many of us in Israel are raising regarding what has happened here in the past 19 months. But in addition to the honest and genuine followers of ours, there are a lot of trolls. And all I can say about that is that, listen, you know, you have nothing better to do with your life. You want to troll us, fine. But at least try to be, first, a bit more genuine. Second, don't be so silly with your ridiculous questions. In my last podcast, for example, we discussed the fact that My guest was from the United States, and so did I move here to Israel over 50 years ago. And there were those who immediately jumped on this as it being some evidence that Israelis are not from this area. They also mentioned how Israelis can't do DNA tests. Well, those things are a lie. We can do DNA tests here. You need a court order, and not because they're trying to hide anything, but because these DNA tests have very sensitive information when regards to family. One of the things in the Jewish law is when it comes to the issue of bastards.
I'm sure they do.
These DNA tests can reveal family secrets that, according to Jewish law, are not things you want to have discussed. And talking about bastards,
I could almost guarantee you on that.
a lot of you people who make these kind of comments understand that very deeply, I'm sure. But I did a DNA test, and I found out, and I knew from my mother's side of the family that we are part of the Babylonian expulsion, and we lived in Babylonia, and then the areas that we know today as Iraq, Persia, and then finally Afghanistan.
Doesn't he sound kind of worked up?
Definitely worked up.
Like, don't he sound like kind of
Yeah.
turned up behind this shit? It's like, take a breath.
Afghanistan, and over 100 years ago, my grandfather from Afghanistan returned to the land of Israel. But when I did the DNA test, we found out that our original DNA is from this area of Judea. The interesting thing is that I found on my father's side of the family that also we have in our DNA connection to Italy, to England, to Spain, to Holland, and to Germany. We all knew about the German part. We didn't know of the other places that are basically a roadmap of places that Jews were expelled from over history. But the interesting thing in that DNA test was that also on my father's side of the family, we come from here, from Judea. So you have to get used to that idea. Most of us are the Jews of the land of Israel. Originally, we are the native people of the land of Israel. But I also want to refer to some of the other nasty, despicable comments coming out from some of you losers out there. Listen, we've been through so much as the Jewish people over our history. It culminated in the Holocaust. But every few years, we had to encounter similar things, just as we did on October 7th. That is nothing new to us. You people don't really bother us. But especially after October 7th, there's a difference.
Where the fuck is this coming from, bro?
Right.
See what I'm
Something hurt
saying?
him.
Like, where is this coming from, bro?
Yeah, very bothered.
Like, why is this the energy that you got
yeah.
about this topic right now?
Mm-hmm.
It's not, it's never been that serious.
Here with us, because when we said never again, this is exactly what we meant. We will not be the helpless Jew of the past. Now, over my history as a professional working on behalf of the government of Israel, I would engage people in discussion. I would use arguments about what is happening here. After October 7th, we've learned that many of you have not changed. Your anti-Jewishness, your hatred of the Jewish people has surfaced, and we were not surprised by it. But I can tell you this thing: we do not give a damn anymore what you think about us or what you have to say about us. You can continue with your stupid little comments here or on other Jewish and Israeli influencers and on other websites. We do not give a flying what any of you have to say anymore. Get used to that. We are not the cowering Jews of the past. We are the Jews of the state of Israel. We're here to stay. Deal with it.
Well,
Wow.
wow.
That was
Wow.
like an energy you got to shake off.
Hey, for real.
Like, he just
Got
turned
dark
the
in
whole
here, man.
podcast. Like, bruh.
Nah, for real. Hey, I
Real.
apologize for that, man. But like, does that not seem like super unnecessary?
I would 100% say unnecessary.
You know what I'm saying? Like, about the
Yeah.
whole entire issue, what part about what he's talking about is that serious, bro? Like,
Yeah.
you would, like, the murder in Gaza and all that shit's worth, that's serious.
That
The war
matches that
part is
energy.
serious. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? October 7th is serious. I
Yeah.
get all that. But this whole bloodline rundown thing he did, unnecessary, man.
Unnecessary.
And on top of that, the math don't seem to be mathing. The right to have the land is everything they're fighting over, right?
Okay.
And the Palestinians are saying, like, yo, you guys ain't even native to this shit. And they're saying that they are.
That's their argument.
That's and that's kind of my whole point, is that, is it not kind of obvious that you might not be? Like, am I
anymore.
really, is this really anti-Semitic to, bro, it takes 7 generations to wipe out a bloodline.
Right.
You named like 9 different ethnicities or countries that you have in your DNA.
Right.
Like, bruh, it might be gone. You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
might be gone, and that's not that big of a deal, bruh.
Yeah.
Be proud of your European heritage. What is going on, bruh?
This is making sense because I'm getting the feeling of understanding remembering what it felt like for the first time to understand that like there's Hawaiians out there that are more Hawaiian, right? Like their bloodline stayed strong in the Hawaiian bloodline, right?
Yeah.
Well, they have the thing, I forgot, I really wish I could remember what it's called, but they have this thing where you can sign up where if you are a thick, like a strong amount of native Hawaiian,
Yeah.
you have rights to the land, and you have to go on a list, and you have to get approved through your DNA.
Yeah.
Well, when I
you gotta
found
get
out
approved through the DNA?
yeah,
You actually gotta show DNA?
I believe so. Your whole ancestry, yeah. And then when I digested, because I was young, I digested that for the first time. Like, oh, so okay, I am part of that. I have some of that blood, but I don't have I don't have enough to go over there and say, hey, I get some of that.
Yeah, see, like that's that's why
I think they call it homestead. I think they call it homestead.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, cool.
It's how they give back to the natives in which they displaced.
Yeah.
Right? But this is what I'm talking about. Like, if there's such a heavy claim to the land that is in cause of that, the Gaza situation has happened. Is it not valid to question if this shit should have happened to begin with? Like, if the consequence of this movement to Israel caused this situation,
yeah,
and the ones that came before it in reaction to this, like, is this not a valid question?
Right.
I feel like it's valid.
I think it is.
And I just feel like at the end of the day, it's not that serious. This has literally happened to every human being walking this planet.
Right.
It happens, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, and just to keep it all the way real, just his energy in general.
Yeah.
Bro, there's definitely something going on, bro. Like, nobody replies like that if there's not something going on.
We do not give a flying what any of you have to say anymore.
You might not give a flying fuck, but you definitely give some kind of fuck. Definitely getting that some kind of fuck energy right here, man. For sure. What I'm trying to say is this issue, the reason why it's so contentious is because of what's happening in Gaza.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fact that all these lives is being lost to this,
For
like,
sure.
who cares if it's like October 7th or Hamas, whatever. All these lives for hundreds of years.
Right.
Or wait. Yeah, like 100 years.
Right.
Have been lost because of this.
Yeah.
This. So I believe that this is something that they kind of have to safeguard, because who wants to face that? You know, who wants to face
That's
that?
a really good
point. So, because if it's not that, this is really fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it was just some Europeans who practiced Judaism, who lobbied the most powerful at the time, government.
Yeah.
To hand over land that was occupied during World War I and displace 700,000 people.
Right.
And never compensate them. Never give them any money to get them on their feet. Occupied them in the sense they couldn't leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They couldn't leave. One of the reasons why they said they couldn't leave is because Israel was afraid if they would allow them to leave and come and go, that they could sneak things in and certain things like that. You definitely occupying them if they can't leave. It's almost like holding them hostage at that point.
That's what that sounded like.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of this stuff was mishandled.
Wow.
Like it. So when I'm saying, hey, yo, we should kind of question the whole ideology. I know that October 7th was wrong.
Yeah.
And I know that Hamas is a terrorist group, but they're a terrorist group that's freedom fighting. they believe that they don't have freedoms, so they're going to fight for that.
Yeah.
What they're going to do with their freedom is up to them, because that's what freedom is.
Right.
Do they want to keep committing crimes and shit like that? Believe it or not, they have the right, the human right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To do whatever they want. Doesn't mean there's not consequences.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But every person deserves to be free.
Yeah.
And because of, all right, there's this, or it's this reason now, and we're just going to hold the rest of the population captive. And we're not going to give them their rights. And they should deal with these terrorists. With what?
Yeah.
With what? What can the native population who's not a terrorist do to a fucking terrorist?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These people have the guns, the grenades, every fucking thing, bulletproof vests, and you want the native people who walking around in dirty clothes and sandals and shit, you want them to take on them? Like,
yeah.
They should deal with it. What type of shit is going on? You know what I'm saying?
And am I wrong, or has it always been like a point that I've heard across the way of they say like Israel has the right or has the obligation to protect and like guard the people of God or something like that. Are they or are they not responsible for the protection of Gaza?
If you're not gonna let them be their own state, then you have to be.
Wow.
If you're gonna stop them from having statehood,
and that don't add up to to then say you guys deal with Hamas.
Yeah, and the thing is like it's not. I want people to know that there's hella Jews out here that are not supportive of this government. They have a different vision for Israel.
Right.
I'm not like attacking. This is the weirdest thing about it, is I'm not even attacking like Israel should not exist. I believe that Israel, because it's been there for 3 generations already, maybe 4. I mean, yeah, it hasn't been there too long. I believe that that's long enough to where I wouldn't want to displace all of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to learn to live together. Period. Like, it has to happen. I don't think that it's that. Man, I would say this. At this very moment, it is far gone. Like, at this very moment, it's probably at what I would feel like, because when I walk outside, New York City is one of the only things on this planet that can override your phone's algorithm telling you the reality of the world. When I walk outside, that's not my algorithm.
I feel that.
That is not my fucking algorithm.
It's not the
I'm
same.
out there with the world.
Yeah.
And they're going to give me whatever the fuck they want to give me. That's New York City.
For sure. Real life.
Real life. You know what I'm saying?
life.
And I've learned so much, man.
Yeah.
I've learned to not trust my phone. I don't even really want to go on my phone when I live out here. When I'm out here, I don't even want to go on my phone. Outside feels like my phone.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but
the real deal.
But I could read the energy.
Yeah.
And what I'm feeling is there is really no support for Israel besides people who are Jewish or married to a Jew. There's a lot more support, and it's only growing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the hot topic now, and I feel like people are just, there's so much information coming out about the government of Israel, not the Jews, not the Jews.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm talking about a very small group of people. I don't know why you're attaching your identity to these government officials and shit like that. It's okay to not like your president, yo. It's okay.
Wow.
You live in a democracy, right?
Right.
Then it's
right.
okay. You know, like I got people I'm friendly with out here that are Jewish, and this shit puts a rift. You know, puts a rift, and I'm thinking, I'm like, bro, I got a lot of love for you. I'm just talking about your government.
I see.
But you can't separate the two.
Touchy subject, kind of.
Yeah, to some people, yes. But for every one of them, I feel like there's like 3 what they would call like secular Jews and Jews that are liberal or open-minded or whatever it is. They have a whole different view for this country.
Right, right.
So I'm an American.
Yeah.
My tax dollars go towards this. I can't have a stance on this.
Yeah. Speak about it.
About
converse.
the government of Israel.
Right.
You know,
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a personal attack at all.
No, not at all. I think it's very strange when people especially like Americans, like I've grown up with people who are loyal to like Mexicans, like they're proud to be American, but in California they're very proud to be from Mexico.
Okay.
You know, so I understand like the allegiance to another country, but I don't understand it to a certain level where it feels like it's stronger than America.
Right.
You know, it's like, what? Like,
I could
what's
see
going on here, man?
Yeah. And when you say stronger, like, do you mean like all the way to the extent of like, fuck America?
Nah, it definitely ain't that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because,
there's 2 million Jews here.
Right.
This is the most, besides Israel, this is the most densely populated area for Jews. There's so many Jews here. And I was wondering why I feel like I see more Jews recently. I found out why. Because since this conflict, 80,000 or something like that Jews have left Israel, and most of them are here. So there's a lot of Jewish people out here right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was all within like
within the last year.
Gee.
But yeah, I felt like it was a valid point. A lot of this stuff, man, you don't have to be attached to it. It's just propaganda they're putting out there. They got people. I mean, it's working like a charm, man.
Right.
But they got people fired up.
That guy that you played was
he fired up.
Whew, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fired up.
And like you said, I would agree, very attached to something. Very attached to whatever he is, believing in.
Yeah, I don't know what type of scams is going on. Like, I don't know, or not scams. I don't know what type of play is being run with this whole thing. But I feel like we've turned into people that just want to win.
Wow.
Like, if you pick a side and then that side ends up going to war, it's like, all right, whatever that side does, I have to ride with it. It's like, no, you don't.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you don't.
I felt that at
like
this,
if they
this
come
election.
out tomorrow, not to cut you off.
No, it's all good.
You got something to say?
I just said that's the most recent I felt that, and the only time I felt that like worldwide was during the United States election recently. Like, that was the first time I felt like this team thing no matter what. And I was like, this thing's getting kind of crazy, don't you think? Like,
yeah, that's because you're young, though. It's been happening. Like, this is how people that are tapped into politics like that, it's kind of been like that. It's definitely gotten way worse.
Way worse.
Way worse. But, it's kind of always, there's always been a group of people who found their identity in something.
Okay.
Like, they're like, yo, I'm a diehard Democrat, or like I'm a this, or I'm a Christian, and anything that's indifferent to that, they just don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm just not that way.
Right.
This seems like super unnecessary, man. Like the state of Israel for having to be like this. I'm not seeing it. I'm sure obviously there's a lot of people that disagree with me.
Right.
And they see it as, no, it is this important and it needs to be this hardcore Judean state and we need to keep it this way and all that. It's like, bro, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is 4,000 years ago.
Right.
It's very conceivable that life happened and you intermingled with other natives and now you're not really that tribe anymore and you don't really have to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or maybe it's more of the religious thing and it's like, no, we kind of do have to be because we're following what's in the Torah, and I don't know exactly what's in the Torah.
Right.
So a lot of this is said in ignorance of that, but I don't believe in the Torah, so that's why I'm saying this seems like a lot for a God push, you know? Like, this just seems like, would God really have wanted this? Like,
yeah, that doesn't line up for me.
Yeah, like
when I look at it for that at that face value.
I just feel like everything that's in the name of God, when you look back in history, you're like, oh God, somebody's dying.
Yeah.
You're like, somebody's dying.
Yeah. Like this is being used.
There is so much murder in the name of God.
Yeah.
That can't be God, man.
No.
Like, looking back, we've always said that, nah, that wasn't God. Nah, that wasn't God. Think about that. Think about that. During like World War II, it was like, we got to do this for God. Like, you know, and it's like, nah, man, like there was a, well, that's actually a good question.
Okay.
That's actually a good question. because World War II, you actually did have Hitler. And that, now I'm thinking about that, and that has to do with the Jews. That actually was a necessary evil to take down Hitler.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You do have to do that. Now the question is that what we have going on?
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So Israel is waging war back in return for October 7th.
Yeah.
I mean, this seems very dramatic for that. Like, and also too, it's like nothing to me makes any sense with this.
Yeah.
When it's like, man, they got to get them hostages back. It's like, has anybody seen Gaza?
Right.
Has anybody seen Gaza recently?
Like the game plan that you
Let
guys
me show
had.
you a picture of Gaza.
Right.
Where do you think the hostages are?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, was there any consideration when they were like, oh, there's a hospital, there's all these Palestinians in it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not going to be a hostage in there, man. Like, why were you so confident?
Yeah.
Like,
and
then it comes out like, oh, Israel bombed the hostage, right? Israel gonna be like, oh, that's cap. Just look at the picture.
Oh, no way.
They definitely bombed the hostage. No. This is a hypothetical situation.
Okay. I was like,
but I'm saying that's how it would happen. But literally, look at the picture.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Where are these hostages at, man?
Right.
Because we want them back.
Yeah, and that
like this,
that just doesn't add up. It just doesn't.
Yeah, this is the type of stuff that we deserve to have closure on, man.
Pretty much.
It's not like it's all peaches and cream over there, man.
And I feel like if it was something that we could easily understand, we'd understand by now. But we still are debating this thing. Like,
I think it looks like exactly
what it looks
is.
Like, right.
Yeah, this looks like somebody took somebody's land.
Yeah.
This shit definitely look like that, man.
Right?
Like somebody took somebody's land. And these people ain't leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Like, these people are not leaving this land. And you have to give them credit. I know it sounds kind of weird, but you have to give them, I mean, even in 700 AD, the Jews left. We don't know why they left.
Right.
Like, you have to at least give credit. These people aren't leaving. But
I see what you're saying.
Here's my thing, though, is, and again, if I need to be educated, educate me, and I'll come back on here and make it right. But is it super far-fetched to think, like, since Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that the Jews all got spread out, and maybe these Jews just converted to Islam? Like, is that a possibility?
It wouldn't seem like it wouldn't be.
Do you know what I'm saying?
For the amount of time, it wouldn't seem like that wouldn't be a possibility.
Is this like blasphemy or something like that to ask this or something like?
Right. I don't and I definitely wouldn't see anything wrong about asking it. Like, if we can't even ask it, that would make me even feel even more sus.
Man, this seems like, listen, I'm not Jewish, so I don't know how it feels to get a country in 1948 or whatever it is. I have no idea. You know,
yeah.
I have no idea. But this seems like if you was gone for 1,200 years.
Right.
Why is it so, like, why? I don't understand. Do you guys know how long that is?
Yeah. So long that we can't really wrap our head around it.
Yeah. So now we have to fight the ideology that these people are the lost tribe, even though they may have lost that blood and became a part of a whole new bloodline, which there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck am I missing here? Like, is it like a Jew belief to hate other blood or something? Is there something I am missing? If there was no conflict, there was no uproar over the land, we would never be talking about this. But there obviously is. There is. And so one side One side does sound like they're trying to pull the trust me, bro.
Yeah.
For sure. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The Hail Mary. And you know what I'm saying? Like, even the prime minister's last name is like Wadinsky. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then we have another group of people here who are fighting to the death, willing to starve behind this, obviously are willing to lay their life down for this land, and it's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. These people have made it very clear they're not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is not Jew hate here. This is just the fucking facts.
Yeah.
Those people are dying behind that land. If it was me, I would have been gone. I would have been gone. They got something I don't got.
Oh, I see what
I
you're
can't
saying.
even relate to these people.
Oh,
the
I see what you're
Palestinians,
saying. Yeah.
I can't even relate to these people.
Right.
This is...
Mm-hmm.
How do I not believe them that ain't they land?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they're still...
Listen, maybe technically by your standards, it ain't they land. But I bet my fucking life that if they believe that's they land. Now, whether they right or not, that's a different story then.
Right.
But I could guarantee you, they believe it's they land.
Yeah.
They definitely believe it's they land.
Off of the track record, off of the
I don't
history.
even know what off of. I just know that they believe.
Oh, I see what you mean.
They ain't nobody enduring what they going through if it ain't they land.
That's very true.
If it ain't they land, they would have been gone.
That's very true.
They believe it's they land. That's all I'm trying to say.
That's very true.
And this whole situation, and I wonder if the shoe was on the other foot, would you guys stay? You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, y'all both should be best friends.
Right.
If you guys both hard body like that, then you both should be friends.
Right.
Like this this is not Jew hate.
Right. No, not at all.
How is this Jew hate?
Not at all. I don't see that.
Like, your government is making the moves. A very small number of people is saying this is the vision for the country I have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's 1,000 other visions you can go with. You do not have to go with this one.
No, not at all.
It's so weird. People want to die on this hill.
Yeah. It is very frustrating.
Crazy.
It is very crazy. And it makes you feel like you can't believe that it's happening, but it surely is. And that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, man.
Well, that was
had to get that off.
Yeah,
man.
right. Well, that's really what just took place.
Yeah. So what'd you do today, man?
Man. Staying on top of this topic, it makes you feel like you can't pull away because it's really happening. But then at the same time, when you dive back into it and you do more research and you see people taking a certain stance that you can't connect with, it's incredibly unsettling.
Well, yeah. And a lot of that is because once your algorithm knows that you want to see that, they're going to pump that down the line. And you have to understand that 50% of people are getting a whole different, the other half of the world is getting the other half.
Yeah.
You know, and my whole thing is that, like, we don't have to fight over shit we don't have to fight over.
Wow.
Like,
yeah.
I'm so, I'm so done with religion.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so done with it.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's honestly something I want to dive more into, but the me done with it is the war. Like, the senseless one. And then we have to debate about whether it's right or not. Like, I haven't been in this world a long time, but there's been a whole lot of that since I've been in this world.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah, think of it like all of us. Everybody watching this podcast.
Right.
Your whole life, this world been blowing up.
Yeah, and that is crazy.
And it's always for some reason and somehow, some way, we supported it or were for it, or you know what I'm saying? Like they really got us out here back in war.
Yeah. You know what I started to think just now? When do you think we could get this right as humanity? When do you think that, and how?
After this whole shit blows the fuck up.
Right.
Right. Listen.
Looks like it's headed that way.
Listen, it is. It is. I've thought about that because sometimes I get really optimistic, right? Mm-hmm. And then I go on my phone and I'm like, never mind. Never mind. Nope.
That clip right there is going to be
absolutely not.
Incredibly relatable.
Like the second I feel good, man, I'm like, nah, don't go on that phone. If you want to ride this feeling out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be feeling good. Then I'm like,
I so relate to this.
Second I check that phone.
Yep. Something to be pissed the fuck off about.
All right.
Oh, so there is no hope for our humanity.
Yeah, okay. It's doom and gloom outside then. Okay. It's a fucking war outside, y'all. Real
Got a neon
shit.
sign to fucking make sure you never forget it.
Yeah,
bruh.
it's a real life
It's a
war
war
outside, man.
You want to know what's crazy? Is that I just hit the blizzy, so this is definitely that. But it's a war outside because nobody's facing the war inside first.
Hey, that's deep.
Bruh. Tell me that.
Deep.
Tell me that wasn't real, bruh.
That was deep.
Right? But,
yeah, for real. And that's true.
And true.
That's true.
You want to know how I know? Here's my confirmation for everybody. I went to go to therapy and all the other healing practices, whatever, because my life on the outside of my inner world was falling to pieces, okay? Falling to pieces. When I sorted out in here, everything started falling into place with peace, love, empathy, joy, happiness, all the above, all the good, great things, bruh.
Come on.
You need to heal your war inside.
Talk about it.
You know, and at the same time, this is just, let me calm down because I don't want to go on a rant.
Fuck that shit. Turn it up.
Why are we debating the loss of millions?
Okay, don't go back to war, man.
Oh, well, it's a war. Oh, it's a war outside.
We was just feeling good, man. Damn.
And that right there.
Yeah, we are going to turn it back
I told
down,
you.
Bro.
Let me reel it in when I know to reel it in. Let me say that. I know when.
What you said was real, though.
Man.
It's a war outside because we don't want to face the war inside.
Inside.
God damn it.
I'm telling you, man.
Yo, so what type of shit you be like vegging out on YouTube-wise?
YouTube.
Yeah, like do you have like some stuff that you tweak on? Like
the only thing I've binged on, like genuinely binged on, it's like it has to do with singing. Like it's the show called Terrell Show. He be doing, it's like he calls it the Blue Wall, but basically he brings on artists that whatever are like on the come up or very well known, and they play a game where they guess the song. Or they have to sing a song given the word that Terrell be given. And it's like a game, but for singers. And like
they got a freestyle it.
Well, they sing the cover. Like they have to, like there's a rule. Like long story short, you have to use the word that he gives, whether it's in the title or the lyrics. And like, I'm not gonna lie, like on the low, I'll be like practicing. Cause like I'll be wanting to go on that show, but I'm also hella nervous. So I'll be hella binge watching that show.
Okay.
Yeah. But other than that, lately, I've been trying to do history.
It's crazy to hear. It's crazy to hear how other people live.
Yeah.
I
shared,
thought everybody watches the shit I be watching.
Can I be real with you? As I shared with you what I be binging on, I was like, wait, I'm sharing my inner world, and I feel like it's not being well received.
Nah. I was just thinking. I was like, damn.
Well, because you said binge, and like truthfully, the only thing I've ever binged on was that.
I've never heard of that. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel that.
I thought it would be something that I might know. But
Okay.
I was like, damn, I didn't even know that was real.
I feel you. Oh, not the chapstick.
Oh, I'll be good. I'll be good for another 10 minutes.
Okay.
You know what's crazy, man? Every time I would post something like on my story, I'll be like, yo, like or anytime somebody would see me use chapstick or even have chapstick, there's always somebody in the comments that's like, yo,
What?
you gotta stop using that chapstick. You heard?
Are you serious?
You gotta stop using that chapstick, bro, man. That shit got you addicted.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
I swear to God, there's people out there that just let you know about this chapstick conspiracy,
good.
yo. They
No
say like,
good.
and I'm starting to believe them because I do put the chapstick on like every maybe like 15, 20 minutes. And I'm like, your
make a
lips
valid
shouldn't be
point.
that dry. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's 15, 20 minutes, but you should only have to put like chapstick on like twice a day.
You should.
You know what I'm
should.
saying?
Actually, now that you mention it, the way it rolled off your tongue when you said like, "I'll be good for another 10 minutes," let me know you have to reapply.
You know what I'm saying? Watch. You gonna see me start itching
Yeah.
and then like I'm gonna be like, yo, I need this
Hey,
shit.
what is up with chapstick then?
I don't know, but there's really people out there be sliding in your DM like, yo, you gotta kick that shit, bro. I'll be like,
That's
the fuck?
wild.
yeah, they're like, or at least use like or no. What is they were like, thank God you don't use Carmex. Like if you use Carmex,
No way.
I would have really had. I guess Carmex is worse than this. I don't know, but I can't live without it. If I don't have chapstick, gum, money,
The basic essentials of
yeah,
what
I
should be
will
on
panic.
you. Yeah. What is that about the
I will
universal?
panic.
Nah, that's a universal panic right there. When you
Yeah.
don't have chapstick on deck, when you need chapstick.
Dude, look, even when I got like credit cards, I don't feel safe.
Okay, yep.
Like I want cash and not a lot of cash.
Right.
I don't walk around with a lot of cash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Disclaimer.
robbing his ass. You know what I'm
For
saying? I
real.
only walk around with cash.
Matter of fact,
Cash money. I don't feel good unless I got 5 bands on me, you heard? They're like, yeah, keep talking, mate.
Where you be
Yeah,
at?
fuck them credit cards.
Right.
Keep carrying that cash, bruh. Nah,
real
but I don't
shit.
feel safe. Like, I got everything, too. I got Apple Pay. I got all the credit cards. I got all types of shit.
You never
but
know.
if I don't have cash,
Right.
it's like I feel like I need to bribe somebody at all times or something.
Bribe.
You know what I'm saying? Like I might need to work a deal with somebody or something.
Oh my
You know what I'm
gosh.
saying?
This is
like, you just need cash.
This is crazy because what came up for me naturally was you never know when you're just gonna need a couple bucks, but
$200,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
but to your point, you're saying you don't know when you're gonna need to bribe somebody.
Yeah,
that's
like
a different.
you might have to
mindset.
like finagle a situation and haggle your way out of something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my whole point is you need cash. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You need cash.
You
bruh.
never know, man. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I honestly forgot that's how we got.
Hey, for real, I asked myself the same thing. Oh man.
Hey, now you know
For
that's
those that don't know,
principle.
man, we smoked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
and it's like,
I'm actually really glad you said that.
Yeah.
Big disclaimer. I feel like I should grab that chapstick for you just so we could get it out the way.
nah,
like
nah.
it's down there, and every time I look in that direction, I'm like, like one moment you're gonna need.
Nah, we'll be good.
All right.
Shit, man. So
I was gonna ask you in return, what's some of the stuff you be binging on YouTube like when you go?
Man, as of late, I've been trying to learn like a lot more about psychology.
Okay.
I've been trying to understand like Carl Jung.
I've actually never heard of this name.
Carl Jung is like a psychiatrist or a psychologist.
Okay.
He's like one of the greatest thinkers of all time in
All
that
right.
field. And I've been trying to understand it. Like I do nerdy shit now. Like I can't lie. I used to do history a lot. I could always do history.
Right.
But I started geeking out on just like the spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like for real.
No, that was a hella in sync switch we just did there,
What?
and it threw I
Oh,
caught
yeah.
it. Yeah, I was like, wait a second.
Hey yo, I am starting to panic about this chapstick. Let me just
I told you. You did start getting like fidgety.
for real. Like, it's because I didn't have it. I was just looking at it and I kept, dude, I literally kept feeling in my pocket. I'm like, something is missing, bro. And I couldn't get back into my vibe, bro. I was off.
Did y'all see that? Off, bruh.
I was off.
That's crazy. I literally felt you
I didn't
kept
even feel
rocking.
like myself.
Yeah,
Bro,
like not settled.
Nah, real shit.
That's crazy.
Real shit, man.
You complete now? You good? All right. Yeah. I actually feel better now too. It feels like the universe is back in
for real. Yeah, ask me again, man.
All right, yeah.
Ask me again.
What are the things you be binging on YouTube?
I be on some nerdy ass shit.
Okay.
I be on some nerdy ass shit. I've been doing more of like the spiritual psychology type of stuff. Listen, I went to college for like 3 months.
Okay.
You feel me? Went to college for like 3 months.
Right.
And I had to take a psychology class.
Okay.
Man, listen.
Oh, this seems like the enlightenment right here.
Listen. From 8th grade, I really didn't go to school. Wow. Like I cut.
Wow.
Like I cut like a motherfucker, like 9, 10, 11, I got kicked out and I was homeschooled. No. It wasn't. Yeah. Basically, it was homeschooled because I wasn't allowed to get back into the school system. That actually happened twice. 9th grade, I couldn't get back into the school system, and then like I had to do some weird shit to get back in my senior year. Anyway, my whole point in saying this is I didn't really have any schooling.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I fucked around during high school.
Right.
So when I enrolled for this college,
and
I was sitting in this psychology class, right? And I knew I wasn't going to take any of this serious, too.
Dang.
This was because I was living back with my mom. I was 18, 19 years old, right?
Okay.
I'm back in with my mom, and she's like, you got to get a job and go to school, right?
Okay. Requirements.
Damn. I'm like, yeah, no, we're not going to be here long. So I didn't take none of this shit serious, right?
Okay.
I get into that psychology class, and it's like they're fucking talking alien or something like that. And I remember she would say, like, Carl Jung. Who was the other one?
They sounded like they were talking alien. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's like Nietzsche. There's another dude, man. Freud.
I've heard of that one.
All these different great thinkers, right?
Yeah.
I remember being like, what is this? And I remember she would try to break things down, and I was like, dude, I must really be retarded. Because this girl been talking this whole time, and I ain't got a fucking thing, right? Right, I ain't get nothing. Like, nothing made sense with this teacher, man. She was a skinny Italian, old, like in her 50s, skinny with big implants, though. It was still trying to be like a sexy teacher and shit, right? But listen, the only thing that I did comprehend about this class was she did like a demonstration of like the power of your mind, right?
Yeah.
And it was because somebody had a snack out.
Okay.
And they weren't allowed to snack or something like that. And then she was like, the girl had said that she was on a diet or something. She was the cool teacher though. Like, so kids will open up to her.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, like I'm trying to lose weight or something like that, right? The teacher was like, you guys know that with the power of your brain and positive thinking and in deep meditation, your body will burn fat by meditation, right?
Whoa.
I remember thinking, I was like, what? Like this girl is lost her fucking mind, right?
Hoopla.
She was like, that's how powerful your body is. Like you meditate and tell it to not like, she was like, it's when your level of consciousness is that high, blah, 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 all this stuff, right? I'm like, what the fuck is this girl talking about? So even when I did understand what she was saying, it still didn't make sense to me. I'm like, you definitely can't meditate. You can't meditate this off.
Burn fat.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit ain't going nowhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? I could be in the deepest meditation. This shit ain't going nowhere, bro.
Right.
But that's the same shit that I'm reading now. Like
really?
I tweak out on that shit now.
Full circle
Like
moment?
not how to lose weight with
okay.
but like Carl Jung and shit like that.
Oh, gotcha. The
Mace is
people.
definitely not looking up like weight loss meditation and shit like that. Yeah, all my fans gonna be like, "Yep, we lost him. He's gone.
Did you guys know that?
He's gone." Hey, for real, we gonna start the fucking podcast with a bong. Welcome, enlightened ones. I might fuck around one of these times,
Hey,
man.
now you damn near need
Shit.
a gong.
Yeah, have like a headband for no reason and shit.
My God.
Back to Carl Jung.
So now this is what you're searching is Carl Jung stuff, and you're being re-enlightened at what you learned during the 3 months you're in the psychology class.
Well, no.
But it is.
I just said that about the psychology class. It's not the same shit. I didn't get nothing from psychology class.
But I see. But the curriculum.
I'm guessing that's what she was talking about because she was mentioning Carl Jung and
What a
these
full
other
circle
people.
moment still, you know? Like kind of for you to be searching it now, and then you were at that time you were
I
like,
was like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Carl Jung, these nuts, man. I got dime bags to sell right now. Carl Jung, this work.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my mind was in a whole different place. Nah, but
Wow.
what the fuck was I gonna say?
So what about Carl Jung now? That's what you're.
Oh,
that's
man,
what you be binging.
I still don't really understand it. Like, but
You ever did shrooms?
yeah.
Once in my life. How did yours go?
Shit, I did it.
If you don't mind me asking.
Shit, no, it's cool. You go first.
Really?
Well, I got a couple different ones.
Okay.
Yeah, because I did it like 3 times.
Okay. I've done like the microdosing before, but the one
That don't count.
No, true. But I did a one real trip. I did do technically 2, but the second one something went wrong. But the first one let me know a chunk about myself that I didn't know, but also knew the whole time. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yep, that's that shit.
Right?
That's that shit.
You want to know what's crazy? Is as embarrassing as it was, it being what it was is what let me let it go. So like mine went back to my parents' divorce, and like,
oh man,
yeah, I know, right? And long story short, this was the trip that like let me know out for one. Right? What's up? Right? Right? But check this out, though.
It took you to right where you need to be.
Right where
like,
no.
Hey, we need to fix this shit right.
Bruh,
Damn.
you want to know what's so crazy?
Back to your parents' divorce.
But check this out, though. Here's the detail that tripped me out of like, talk about taking you right where you needed to go. Right where. Check this out, bro.
I'll be hot.
Check this out, bro. My parents' divorce was at this, before they did, we lived at this one house in Tracy, California, right? The trip took me to that house, bruh. And check this, and
yeah.
first and last
That's one
trip.
and done. yeah, you took me to my childhood trauma. Yeah, nah, fuck
But
you.
hey, right? But
Where the Molly at, man? This shit ain't it.
But
right
I see,
here,
but check this out. I did the shrooms trip intentionally to find out what's going on with me.
Oh, okay.
So I was open to it in
you
that
wanted to go.
wherever I needed to go.
Oh, wow.
I needed to heal and like that. And if I'm not saying I was healed after that trip, but I definitely felt
You felt lighter.
I felt more present than ever because that's where I was mentally. This is what I got from the trip, right? That's where I went was mentally, right? For years. And in the trip, check this out. And check this out, bro. Since I gotta close the story. Because it ends beautiful.
You do.
It ends beautiful, okay? It does.
Yeah.
In the trip, what I felt when I was in that home was I'm still waiting for my parents to get back together.
Oh yeah, bruh,
hey, right?
Fuck that trip,
but then check this out. I was able to leave.
It's the worst trip ever, bro. The fuck?
Trust me, I broke, dude. I broke, but it was the last time
man.
I broke about it. You feel me? It wasn't gonna mess with me.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about like getting like emotional though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it takes you there, but then you can finally leave because you're me and my experience, for years I was mentally stuck there. So therefore I'm not present. You know what I'm saying? There's I'm not here. I'm back there still. I'm stunted. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I actually went
stuck.
and I left in the trip, I drove somewhere beautiful. I don't know where, but that's how I sailed off into the sunset. And it was the best feeling in the world. And I felt extremely lighter, you know what I'm saying? And I strongly believe that when you are intentional about using that kind of thing.
Oh, shit. Okay.
We need that we need that as a clip all by itself. The lead up of needing chest.
Ah, we good. Bruh.
I'm dead.
Oh,
You locked eyes with me over here putting on the chapstick. Bruh, I
you wasn't supposed to
Bruh,
look.
but how you leaned towards
my God. I'm crying right now, bro.
I was on the verge. I can't.
Oh. Yeah,
Bruh,
that was like
I'm
my
dead.
most
vulnerable.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
All right, cut it out.
Oh.
God damn.
Shit. Hey, you might want to
never again, man.
You might really want to look into that shit.
Hey, they wasn't lying.
Hey, you broke character right away.
They was not lying though, bruh.
You might really want to look into
You might really want to look into that, bruh.
Try you some, what do I got?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna
Try you some other things
I
like
need to cut
EOS.
cold turkey.
Yeah.
Real shit. I need to rebuild confidence in my
That
lips.
shit had you tweaking. That shit had you tucked off to the side. Trying to reapply.
In shame. In shame,
In the
bruh.
shadows.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, shit. Yo.
Ah, shit. What was we talking about, bro?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Are
Oh
your
my
lips
God.
chapped? Are they good now?
They
That's what matters.
They good. They good.
Okay.
God damn. I ain't laughed that hard in a long time.
Dude, me either.
Oh my God. Ah,
If only they could.
that was rock bottom right there, y'all. Real shit. That was rock bottom. Man.
Oh man. You know what? Yeah, you had to
What
learn.
was we even talking about? Oh, you talking about
the trip.
The trip.
Oh,
yeah.
now tell me about yours, man.
Wow.
I rolled off into the sunset, so
Okay.
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And look at me now. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
you felt lighter afterwards?
oh my God. Oh yeah. You feel moisturized afterwards?
Yeah. Nah, yeah, I'm good now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be good for the next
Right.
10 minutes. You know what I'm saying 10 minutes.
Right, yep.
Oh, shit.
I'd be damned if you were to try and time that shit and see if it actually was.
Nah, bro. No.
Mm.
No. My trip was, you know, better than yours. You know what I'm saying? Definitely didn't go back to the childhood home.
Right.
I was in the woods.
Huh.
Man, I was in the woods. I was like a wolf. Like,
Whoa.
I wasn't a wolf, but I saw, cause you see like shapes, right? Like movement. You know?
I didn't see that, but go on. That's very interesting.
Yeah, so I'd see like these shadowy kind of things like moving. I'm like, man, what is that? Like at first I just saw like kind of moving in a cool little whatever.
Yeah.
It was like eye candy. It looked cool. Then it turned into like a wolf.
Huh.
And it
Was
was
it like
running.
Was it like Northern Lights type of
Yeah.
like, okay, boom.
Yeah, it was like snow
Ooh.
and all that. It was weird.
Whoa.
But it felt great.
Okay.
Like it felt great. I remember feeling like when I would have a thought during it, I would think about things that meant something to me, and I would get like emotional about it. And I was like, oh, this is great. Like this, because I hadn't felt those. And it's like I was able to shut myself off for so long and not feel.
Oh.
And then on the trip, I was feeling it. Like, even though I was crying or I laughed, I laughed my ass off.
Wow.
Like, I felt like a psycho on the trip because I would like laugh and then cry.
Emotional roller coaster for sure.
Yeah, but I loved it though.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, this shit feel lit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm feeling.
Yes.
Then I got kind of like, after that, I feel like it took something away. Like, it something felt lighter.
Oh, took it off you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you meant like took it away from
then
you.
after that, shortly after that, I went into therapy, and then it was
Nice.
even better. I was like, all right, cool.
Nice.
Like, I felt lighter going into therapy because of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I feel that.
I feel lighter now.
Yeah.
Now I feel like much happier. Like, I got rid of all the stuff that wasn't working.
Nice.
I've been like this since a kid. Like,
Yeah.
when I feel like I could elevate my life somehow,
Yeah.
I'll go in the trenches and do it.
it.
Yeah, I'll get it done.
That's
like,
lit.
I'm the type of person that I self-sabotage.
Right.
Don't get it messed up. I do.
Right.
But I have that other gear shift
Mm-hmm.
that'll elevate me and get me to wherever I need to go. Like, what I wait for is the spark. Something needs to happen for me to click into the mode. But once I click in, man, I really like
Locked in.
bunker down, and I really
Nice.
get it done. And I felt like it was just the time to do that. Like, I'm like, man, I think there's other things out there for me.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
And you feel like your trip unlocked that?
I feel like
Or
just
played a big
just because I took the trip because I'd read probably what you read, that it makes you lighter,
Right.
helps out with certain things.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I never done one.
Right.
And I was like,
Yeah.
why not? You know what I'm
Why
saying? And then
not?
somebody gave me a chocolate bar or something like that, and I was like,
Nice.
man, let me try this out.
Yeah.
And then I started to really, like, before I do anything, I read up on everything about it.
Right.
And it helps me experience it better. Like, I'm like fully understanding it, appreciating it.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of a nerd on the low.
Nice.
I'm really like, I love to learn shit.
Yeah.
You
That
know,
makes
so,
a lot of sense,
yeah,
actually.
if anything perks my interest,
Yeah.
I'll like be like, all right, it's time to really.
Now that you
Lock
are a
in, you know
nerd
what
on
I'm
the
saying?
on
Yeah.
the low, because you be spitting out the knowledge on something that I'm like, when did you like
Man,
that?
I love to read too.
Yeah,
I love to read.
that's a
It's
tough
like-
one for me. I feel you though.
It used to be really tough for me.
Yeah.
Man, I remember, I don't know what was going on with me in high school. Like, the upbringing must have been,
Yeah.
must have fucked me off, because the whole time while I was in school, I struggled bad.
Right.
And I think that it had to do with what was going on inside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I don't even remember. So
Wow.
I remember feeling bad. I remember being like stupid, angry at times and things like that.
Right.
But I didn't attach it to where it was like, this is what happened to me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, I pretty much dealt with whatever my mother and father would deal out. I'd be like,
Wow.
all right, I'll take it. And then I'm back to me again.
Dang.
It didn't like break me in a way where I'm like, yeah, this is what happened to me. I don't
Oh, I
have that.
see.
Yeah, I don't
I
have
see.
that. That's why when I sat in therapy, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. But I know that I'm
Wow.
feeling things that I know I shouldn't be. So
Here I am.
and yeah, I don't like it, and it's stopping me from getting this money, and stopping
Yeah.
me from doing this and that or whatever it is. Fix me. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? Like, yo, fix me. Come on.
Damn, I feel that.
Yeah, because like I remember feeling anxiety for the first time,
Yeah.
and then I remember looking it up, like how to look it up. I was like, heart skipped beat, because I would have like heart palpitations in the beginning. I didn't know what it was, and then I would be like lightheaded or dizzy or whatever. And I started
Whoa.
putting these things together, and it was like anxiety. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow.
The fuck is that? Like, what the fuck is anxiety?
Dude, you know what's crazy? I've never actually searched it before, but you just breaking it down, like that's how you went to find that out.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, to me.
Yeah.
Do did it help sort it out? Like, did it help like put a face to it kind of thing?
Well, when I first felt it, I kind of hopped on it early.
Yeah.
And so I got it down to where I was like, okay, this is anxiety. But my life that I was living was only going to make it worse. Like, there was things that were going to happen soon after that were going to skyrocket my shit through the roof.
Wow.
And that's pretty much what happened. It was like the second that I knew I was having anxiety, it was just like a train wreck waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Like, because the anxiety didn't go away. It only grew.
Gee.
Then I'm like, yo, what is happening? Yo, I don't know what's going on with me.
Yeah.
You know what
I'm trying to go this
really,
direction.
Yeah,
but
I'm trying to go and get this bag right now. Like, the fuck is this feeling I'm feeling right now?
Your inner world's like, bro, we haven't sorted this out at all. Like
this is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at it from in the city I want to be in.
Right.
I'm single. And I couldn't do nothing with it. I couldn't do nothing with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I still lived my life.
Yeah.
But I don't even consider that living though.
Because it's not
the
sorted.
way I feel now, I could do whatever I want.
Nice.
I'm good now. Like, everything is good now. Back then, nah. And if you listen to my music, that shit was dark too.
Yeah.
This ain't an act.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is not an act.
Right. I'm gonna keep it real. Through the years working with you, like, I didn't know about anxiety to the degree that, like, searching it or whatever, but I knew that, like, I knew about the uneasy feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
I always thought, like, okay, so that's what that is. Then I met you. And I was like, whoa, thank God I have the level that I have. Because, like, I wouldn't know how to handle that level. I think one time.
See, like, she's seen it. I was anxious around her.
For sure. Like, also, too, it's like, it's understandable because of, like getting to know you and knowing where you come from. Like, things make sense as to why you are an anxious person. But at the same time, it's like, it is like, you know, dang, like, you have to feel that and you're no longer there, or you're no longer, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's an in your body thing. And I'm like, man, like, this shit's real.
It sucks to see people go through it now.
Yeah.
Like, that I could see, and I'm like, damn, I was there, man.
Yeah.
Like, I really know what you going through.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that way about, like, obviously people who have yet to go into therapy, and you know how helpful it was for you. Mm-hmm. And then you see them struggling with similar things, and you're like, dude, I'm trying to tell you, like, unlock that door, like, trust, like, because you see them suffering still. And whether that's from, like, their upbringing trauma or parental, but whatever they're dealing with has them in anxiety and all those things. And you're like, man, breakthrough. Like,
yeah, that's kind of why I speak about it so much.
Yeah.
Is because I know what it did for me.
Yeah.
And I know what it could do for others. And I know how men are. You know, like, if I didn't have little things, like opportunities that I knew I wanted to get, I probably wouldn't have pushed for therapy so hard. But I had these obligations that I really wanted.
Right.
I really had. It was a risk if I didn't, that I would really do something that would change my life forever in a very bad way. Like, the opportunities that I had in front of me, I was never going to get them again.
I can feel that.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So I was like, dude, I
need to
really
take care
need
of
to
this.
fix this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, to kind of fill in that, coming out here and working with people out here, I was outside of my comfort zone. They don't know who the fuck I am. They don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They don't know that you're dealing with that at all, where you come from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this isn't like I'm dealing with people where I'm from. This is all business out here. This ain't no friendship out here.
Right.
This is all business.
Right.
So if you can't do the job, you're out the club.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And you ain't gonna get these opportunities again.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, man, I really have to fix this issue that's going on. Whatever's going on in my head, if there's a possibility that it could stop.
Yeah.
The shit that's happening inside of my head, if there's a way that I can get it to stop, I'm definitely finna try to get it to stop.
Right. That, like, became a no-brainer.
Period. Yeah. You ain't happy? You got shit going on in your head?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I feel
Maybe
that.
therapy could help.
Right.
That's how look, when I gained consciousness that I'm like, wait, hold on a second, my brain is doing this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold the fuck on. I'm in autopilot right now. Like, I'm not even at the wheel.
Whoa.
Like, bro, you out here living reckless. You ain't even at the wheel. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
like,
yo, for real.
yo, what? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, run that back one
send
more
me
time.
down the river, bud? Like, you know what I'm saying? How dare you?
Say that to me.
Got me
one
out here
more
living
time.
wild, bro.
No, for real.
Nah, real shit. Like, I was stuck in my ways.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then once I started, but I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. I was living, but I wasn't happy. It wasn't like I had like a war going on inside of my head. Sometimes I did, but it wasn't like that 24/7. It was just like emptiness.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Just emptiness.
Not
like,
fulfilled.
Yeah.
Bruh.
And I used to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
You know, when I first started having money and shit like that, that shit was like a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got to a point where I was like, man, this shit ain't hitting like it used to.
The
man.
bottomless pit.
Yeah. And then
shoot.
messing around with females ain't hitting like it used to.
Wow.
All of that shit just started. I'm like, damn, everything I used to love is dead now.
Whoa.
And then, and I was like, bro, is this it? And I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, this can't be it.
Can't be the best. That's what you meant.
This can't be it.
Can't be the best days behind me. Ain't no way I'm accepting that.
Exactly. I'm like, bro, I'm hella young. Wow. I still have money. I'm doing okay for myself.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. Good job on turning that around just by logic.
But this is why I do this shit, though, is because I know how men feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for a man to get into therapy,
yeah,
he gonna have to lose it all. Dang. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna have to lose it all to get into therapy.
Why do you say that?
Because we're hard-headed. Because we're like, what the fuck is that gonna do? What is this shit gonna... What do you mean I need to feel something?
Like, it
feel
just don't
what?
even...
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, or they don't even know how to do it. Like me, I'm sitting in there, I'm like, all right, look, man, you're gonna have to tell me how to do this shit because I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, how does this work? I know my brain can learn.
Yeah.
Like, I know my brain can learn, so please teach me something. Like, how does this work? And I'll try to do the best I can.
Wow.
And she's over here telling me, like, you need to get in touch with feelings.
Oh, this is a different
You know what I'm
world.
saying? Like, you need to get in touch with those feelings. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
It's like, because they're trying to tell you something. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Okay, my feelings are trying to tell me something. Like, why do you think that? Why do you think they keep coming up?
Whoa.
What other reason would they have? And then we just started having a conversation. We started having a conversation. Lo and behold, guess what?
What?
Feelings. Fucking feelings started coming up. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Like.
Right. So I can feel these. I can fill them out. I can learn about them.
And my psychiatrist is pulling them out of me by asking more questions. Getting me to talk more, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, if you need to release anything from your body, release it. Like,
wow.
Release that shit. Like, we need that. Like, these are the moments that we need. Like, it's so strange though, because, and I didn't have moments where I was like bawling in the the therapy office, but I had moments where I was stuck. Like, I'm talking about moments where I was like, oh shit. Cause I realized something.
What?
Like, I realized something about, I connected something and I'm like, oh shit. And in my head, I'm thinking, I'll cry in the car.
Oh, right.
I'm like, not in here, bitch.
Nice try.
Not in here, man. yeah, for real. I'm like, I'm finna cry in the car. I'm finna go cry in the car.
Not on your worst day. Not on your best
I'm not
day.
paying you that much.
Right.
Yeah, definitely not. I'm not gonna be paying no $350 to come up here and cry, bro.
You see me
I'm at
cry.
least walking out with my dignity.
Right.
But I had moments where I was stuck, man.
That makes sense.
I'm talking about like really like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
And then I thought I had to do some sort of like real, like a big cry or something like that. That's not even how it works. Your brain is so strong that once you go to that place with the new knowledge that you have now, it just repaints the room for you. And then later on in life, you start to realize, holy shit.
Yeah.
I changed. That's literally how it goes.
Wow.
People be overthinking therapy. That's why for men, they got to have a real mental breakdown, lose everything, and then be like, all right, I'll go.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen, man, because it doesn't need to.
That was my first time even getting an understanding or oversight of what a man, how it goes in your guys' psyche.
Feeling is not now where I'm at.
Yeah.
I understand what feelings are doing for me, right?
Yeah.
So
like little indicators.
Yeah. So when I feel certain things, I'll kind of pull myself to the side. I'll get myself together.
Yeah.
If it's something that overwhelms me like that, like there's moments where I still get anxious. I get anxious around big crowds. Man, when I hear like loud bangs, especially around here,
right,
dude, it like rattles me to where it takes like 5 minutes for me to come back down.
No way.
Like, and I'll know, like I like just stay chill.
Yeah.
And then like in 5 minutes, I'll be good money. But yeah, there's moments where I'll allow myself to feel now.
Nice.
Like I'm not tripping. Like back in the day, I just thought about the damn chapstick, man.
I did too, because you were reaching.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah,
no way, is it really 10?
It's not even.
Yeah.
It's not even
Okay,
go
I
there,
got you. There's moments.
Yeah, there's moments where I know I'm like, all right, I need to process that real quick.
Nice.
You know?
I do feel that. Taking the time isn't like being intentional about taking the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise you just get tripped up where you're trying to go.
Well, here's the thing that I want to get out to the normal motherfuckers like me.
Right.
Is it's not some like deep spiritual thing, and it's not about being like in touch with God and all this and that. Whatever you are doing, when it feels like it's just empty, there ain't nothing you're getting out of it no more, it feels stale, that's because you're no longer present in it. You're not grateful for it, all this and that, right? There's something that's clogging this. So you could just live your normal life.
Right.
And if you go help whatever, some people do not have shit that's bothering them. They good.
Right. They can
I'm not talking to those people.
Right.
They're already good. They living life. I'm talking to the person that knows he's stuck in that rut.
Dang.
Every day is the same. Time is just burning.
Oof,
I'm talking to that person, man.
Yeah.
Like, find out what happened. Retrace them steps and get life cracking again. Like,
dang, that's real.
Even if life is semi-good, but you know it could be better, it makes everything better.
Yeah.
Being present and being in the moment where you've accepted everything that's behind you, it makes everything better.
Yeah, I would agree.
That's what it's all about. And you can go and live your life. You don't got to become all kumbaya.
Yeah.
Still, fuck bitches, get money, do your thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what helped me too is like I tricked myself out of this, spiraling out mentality of always just thinking about the past or the future, whatever, never present. What I tricked myself with was, well, if you keep doing that, you're going to keep not being present. And then you're going to feel more shame about the times that you weren't present when you should have been and you wanted to be. And I was like, and you don't want to feel more shame, do you? I was like, we don't want that. I was like, all right, I'll do the alternative. I was like, I'll try my best to be present because that means less shame.
It's all a mental thing, man.
Right?
It's like a mental teeter-totter.
Man.
Like dudes be going through the shit. They know they be going through it too.
Dang.
Like they know like life be hard.
Yeah.
Like when a dude is down, they down.
And when they lose their chapstick.
Yo, I was trying to have a real moment with my guys over here.
My bad.
Damn, shit.
My bad.
See what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about us.
That's
bruh.
not true.
Real shit. We couldn't even have a moment on this podcast for us, bruh. And that kind of proves my point. When a dude is down, and it's bad,
that's janky.
It's really bad, man.
Dang, that was bad timing.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame. Yeah.
That was horrible timing.
Nah, but it really be cold. It really be cold though, man.
I feel that.
Like dudes really be going through it, but like nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Like it's even hard to care for your guy friends. Like I should be calling so many more people. That's another thing. There's something about that old age as time goes on.
Yeah.
Men will start reclusing.
Dang.
And like we need brotherhood.
What's crazy is I came across a video on YouTube.
Camaraderie.
Right. Nah, I feel
Go
that.
ahead.
I came across a video on YouTube, and I'd have to find it again, but it was this they tried this thing where they would film all in one spot different men who would call one of their bros that they haven't in a long time, whatever, just to say, I love you, bro. And like, it was actually incredibly moving to watch that. Because some of them, like, bro, I really need to hear that right now. Like, it was real. Like, you know, and the other side, some of them the one who would call, they even got like emotional about it because like they didn't know the person they called needed it or vice versa. Like it was just this world of like, hey, yeah, I see you. Like, bro, man to man, like.
Yeah, you know, not too long ago, probably like 3 weeks ago, I had talked to my brother in the first time, like really talked to him.
Yeah.
First time in like 8 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How'd that feel?
Felt kind of like exactly what you said happened.
Oh, like
I
really
thought,
needed this.
Listen, like we fell out over me. Like it was me.
Dang.
You know, like real shit. And I obviously haven't told anybody this.
Right.
But it was me. Like I just looked at things in a way that was selfish to me.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to me. And I apologized for it. And I thought he was gonna, like, we brothers, so I knew that we would still find a way to
come back to each other,
be okay with each other.
Yeah.
Especially through our other friends.
Okay.
That are like our brothers. Like we're all like brothers.
Yeah.
But he was hella receptive to it.
Nice.
He was like, man, bruh, like I missed you, love you too.
Wow.
Man, I ain't tripping off of none of that. Like, no. It made me feel
That's
dumb.
powerful stuff.
It
I'm
made
not
me
gonna
feel
lie.
dumb for not calling sooner. And just,
Yeah.
you know, but again, like when you wrapped up in your shit and you wrapped up in the trauma, I guess, and that word's gonna get used a lot, but that's what it is, man. You kind of live a funny life.
Yeah.
I felt like that was heavy on my heart too. Like I felt hella shame for it, guilt for it, right?
Damn.
And I just accepted it though.
Yeah.
I was like, that's you. Accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Own up for the shit.
Yeah.
Make the call. Like it's my brother. He's the only one that was there for me. Like,
damn.
what the fuck am I doing?
That's hella real.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you did. Shit. Because that seemed like a real, like next level.
For sure. Like every time I'm on the phone with anybody and I get off the phone, I always say I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've known times where anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we should definitely call more.
Yeah.
Dudes be going through real shit and don't call nobody. Don't tell nobody.
Damn.
Like nobody. You could even have like a real group chat and you could be every day. They not going to tell you what's really going on. Or they going to send you the funniest meme while they going through hell.
Yeah.
That's how it really be.
Yeah. Nah, that's real.
Mm-hmm.
That's a world that I am understanding. I definitely don't know. Because as you rolled it out, I was like, that's a lonely feeling. Like,
people, man, I feel like this is a lonely age for a man. But it's not a bad thing, though. Because you could use it as time to reflect on yourself and get this shit right.
I feel that.
Like the warrior is really born
after that.
Alone.
Whoa.
Like that's when it's really the savage is really born. Like when you with everybody, like you can kind of just go to a flow. But like when you by yourself,
you find out who you really are, kind of thing. Dang.
Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, like this
that was real.
Yeah.
That was super real.
You have to use everything, and it's harder said than done, but easier said than done.
Yeah. I got you, yeah.
When you're going through something, you can bounce back from it.
Yeah.
Like you really can. Like you mentally have to see it. No, this shit sounds hella dumb, but you have to see it before you have it. And be like, nah, man, like get in touch with that and be like, I'm just gonna fight. I'm
Yeah.
gonna fight every single day.
Yeah. Why do you say like I know or excuse me, why is it that in your brain like like I know that sounds hella dumb, like you've thought like
Well, that's
that
what
was
I thought it sounded like.
right.
Like when this whole 3 years, I don't know how long it's been, but it completely changed the way I look at everything.
Dang.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And honestly, being your friend, I can tell. Like,
Man,
you
that's
know
what
I mean?
that's what a lot of people say. And
Yeah.
that's why I want to show my face out here and tell people like, yo, listen, you could really handle that. If I could change somebody's mind to where they can stop being self-destructive, pushing their life over the edge all the time, then that's what I want to do. Like
I feel that.
even outside of rap, like this shit feel good.
Yeah.
Giving back to people,
Yeah.
that feels good.
Yeah. Something
Like,
that's gonna help them through.
Y'all sleeping on giving back to people, doing right for somebody.
Right.
Do something right for somebody today.
Right.
Like, watch, I swear to God, call somebody.
Yeah.
Call them up and be like, yo, miss you, love you, hope you're doing well, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
feel
I
that.
promise you, after that, you're going to be like, hey, yo, shit, today a good day.
Right. Right.
Straight up. All right, you guys, we getting out of here. We appreciate everybody for hanging out with us for so long. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that. We love you all. Be safe and positive. Peace.